Welcome to The Bucket List Show, the show with a focus on community, travel, housing, and local experiences here on the Treasure Coast and beyond, so you can fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And now here's Tammy Crandell and Rebecca Denise.
Hello and welcome back to the Bucket List Show. I'm Tammy Crandell with Journ Adventure Travel and Tours, as well as Barron Real Estate. And I'm here with my co-host, Rebecca Denise from Harmony Homes, providing real estate services through Barron Real Estate, as well as financial protection with a focus on property management. The intention of our show, the Bucket List Show, is to serve you so you can fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And what that means for each of you and us here today. Are you a firefighter? An EMS, law enforcement, military, active reserve, or veteran, a healthcare professional, or a teacher? We may have the perfect home ownership opportunity for you, even if it seems somewhat out of reach. And that is called Homes for Heroes. We're going to talk about that today. So, Rebecca, can you tell the listeners, the watchers, of our podcast, what does Homes for Heroes provide for these great people who provide service to us?
So thank you, Tammy. So hi, everybody. The program, first of all, is national. So it's not Treasure Coast, but it is beyond. And the idea behind the program is that we want to connect people in these fields, firemen, nurses, doctors, teachers. We want to give back to them, especially after the pandemic. So what we could do is we could connect people who are in the program that want to serve these people in these occupations, and then get them involved with the community. So they ultimately get the reward, and it could be savings, it could be professional service, but it's another way that all the communities across the U.S. could give back to these various people. And it could entail discounts, it could entail grants. So it's another program that we want to share.
Very good. And that involves realtors and mortgage lenders, title companies. Is that right?
Absolutely. So the people that get involved in the program, if you want to, get connected, you could reach out to us, and we will find people that are in the program. And that's a way for us to serve you and give back to this program, because you are the heroes.
Exactly. So really, what is the average savings for someone who participate in this program? Could you give us kind of a...
So, the savings is going to vary because loan amounts may vary, areas may vary, purchase price, things like that. But on average, a customer's looking anywhere between $1,700 and $2,400 for their savings.
That's fantastic.
And that savings is going to communally, get pulled together based on the affiliates in the program. Maybe from the realtor's going to, add some value. The inspector will add some, the title company. And again, that's how we could map it out. So you can get those savings. And that's another way that the all communities want to give back.
And that's really a portion that's provided back by the service provider they choose to use, right? The realtor, or it could be your mortgage lender.
Absolutely.
Those people that you're actually doing business with. So the amount of savings really is going to be commensurate to who they choose to use for service within the Homes for Heroes program. Is that correct?
Right. And this program will piggyback off if it's, a state program or VA or FHA. But if you're the realtor and you're closing the deal, you're going to give a percentage of your commission back. And that's how you're serving and you're giving back. That's where it compounds if we all do our part. And then that just helps the industry. And then obviously that helps the overall economy as well.
Right. And, we've got this nice broad brushstroke for the heroes that are included in that program. I mentioned them briefly at the front end of the podcast. But it's not just reserved to people who are veterans. Right?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
It could be, a fireman. It could be a nurse. It could be, an ambulance driver, someone within that field, a police officer. So it's the heroes that are serving us, the teachers of that nature.
Got you. So with everything that we've gone through over the last couple of years or so, people have put in a lot of time.
Absolutely.
And for people who put in that kind of time into the jobs they have, whether they're nurses in the hospitals, our EMTs that are out there on the road, helping people, get the appointments that they need in the hospitals themselves. So they're all part of this program as well.
Correct.
Yeah. And I believe, we've even, spoke to people who are part of the education system that talked about, it could be somebody who drives a bus for the school.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's everyone who has a hand in it. And the idea is, these heroes, we want them to stay in their towns and their communities and their cities. We need them. So we don't want them to have to go 40 miles over. We want them to live where they work and play.
Right.
And this is just another program. And the goal of the Bucket List Show is to serve people. So, today we're talking about a product, and later on we're going to talk about something different. But, we need to serve and give back. And that's what we're trying to do. And this is a great program.
Well, and that's part of the things that we are attempting to bring every time we open up a show, is to make sure that we're providing information about these various items that you may not be familiar with. So, make sure that you pay attention to those details. And if there's things that you need to know specifically, you can reach Rebecca or myself. We'll provide numbers at the end of the podcast. But, let's talk about how big of an impact that has really made for our heroes in the United States, nationwide. Could you give us an idea of what we're looking at?
So in 2021, there was over 3,000 communities impacted. And obviously, we still have people moving all over the country. And the benefit of this program, if someone is relocating into Florida, we could help them. If they're relocating to Michigan, we could still help them. Sure. But so far to date, so there's been 9,000 homes that have been purchased, but it totals almost $20 million in reward savings. And that's the benefit. That's the part that, if someone's, tight on cash flow or savings or think that it's not attainable, we're trying to tell you that it is attainable. We could help map it out if it's today or 6 months down the road or a year. We're here to serve. So it's not anything that we're looking for a quick closing, but we want to help beyond the sale, beyond the trip, or just any way that we could help people. But this is, another outlet that we could do, and we could piggyback with some other programs. But, if the realtors are looking to give back and you have a lender, maybe a home inspector or title company, this is really who you want to partner with, because they're in it to serve you and have it be right and accurate and stress-free, excuse me.
Right.
So it has helped a lot of people.
Well, and that's the importance in dealing with a realtor or a title company or a mortgage lender who's willing to, contribute back.
Correct.
That will help, some of these programs that are out there. It's about us all getting together, helping each other. Yeah. Accomplish something that really hits a bucket list for a lot of people, and that is home ownership.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, and in this environment, people are still looking for investment properties. There was a lot of cash influx all over, and maybe it's trickled a little bit to a buyer's market. And even with rates going up, I wouldn't necessarily have that be a concern. They shifted a little bit this week, but when you work with a lender or a realtor that has that experience, as we both do as bankers, we understand the value of the rate. We understand a lender credit. We understand, buying down that rate and how to play with those numbers to give you the savings, but also have it add value to you.
Right.
So the idea is that if we could help you with home ownership, it's still probably much cheaper compared to rent.
Well, and that's really what we're experiencing, with some of the rents that we've discussed in the past, Treasure Coast wide, and that some of those rents are increasing. You have the advantage of a homestead when you buy a home.
Right.
So, your taxes, those things can only increase by so much of a percentage, so the advantage to the homeowner is, that is a little bit more static for them. So if we had someone who was interested in this type of program, how would they go about getting information? How do they get started?
So they should call either one of us, but there is a formal registration process. And what that will do is it will register you for the program. It would align you with myself or you. And then that's how we're going to get the partners.
Of course.
It really is a single source. Everything that you need will be there, and we're going to guide you. Now, if it ends up that you're buying a property in Michigan, we could still help you and get you a referral to someone there.
Right.
Part of the issue all over United States is, new construction is still lagging behind. We have a cost issue for building new construction. So there's an inventory. There's not necessarily enough homes. But, until that changes, we do have affordability gaps. So there's so many variables. But I think, we have enough knowledge and enough resources that we could help people with that.
And that's absolutely true, Rebecca. You bring up a very good point in that. And I know we've thrown this out there before. We use that hashtag no boxes, right?
Yeah, no boxes.
And that really extends far beyond, just something you put as a tag on your Facebook post. It really is about us treating each and every individual like the individuals that they are.
Right.
They may not necessarily fit in the same box as their neighbor or their family member down the street.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do. We want to serve everyone every day. Unfortunately, just like everything else, sometimes it's hard to find the right information, accurate information. And, that's where we want to help.
And what if a person isn't quite ready to buy at this point? Maybe they're not ready to buy, or maybe they are thinking about selling. They're kind of on the fence. What should we be doing for them?
I think, again, they should reach out. And if they're looking to buy, we're going to help them map it out. We're going to, start with the credit, see if that's in line. We could do a pre-qual ourselves. We could line them up with the bank, let them understand the process, the documentation, and how to get there. And it doesn't have to be fast. If we work with someone for 6 months or a year, the idea, it's on their bucket list, and we're going to help them meet that goal. And part of the show is about that. We want people engaged. We all have this bucket list, yet, we do our business to-dos first, or we don't run, but we go to a luncheon, or we watch that extra Netflix show. Those things are all great, but it doesn't get you living. But let us help you get that bucket list. If it's a house, we could help you. If you're looking to sell, it's the same thing. We want to come in.
Of course.
We want to talk to you. We want to help you. And it's nothing about sales. It's we really just looking to build relationships and, serve people, which I know we say that a lot, but, that is our goal, or we wouldn't be here. I think it works for us and, the people that we are.
Right. And it's really about preparation, about the appropriate steps of preparation. It's, there is no one and done when you're trying to buy a home. It could be something, for us as previous lenders, you want people to be able to get a home.
Right.
I support that adage that, we work hard. We want to see people get into a home. That's really the biggest investment they make in most of their lives. So when we're talking about preparation specifically, what are some of the things that we're going to help them with, do you think?
So I think, obviously local, I think the best thing to do is we could meet them one-on-one.
Of course.
I think technology is great, email, Zoom, all of that is great. But I think when you meet with someone and you're going to write a checklist and you're going to listen to what they want, and we want to hear them. And that's how we could guide them. We don't want to tell them how to do it. We don't want to show them how to do it. We want to listen and then make that work for them. We want to help them prepare. We want to put them at ease. It's the biggest transaction they're going to have.
Right.
It's extremely stressful. You have the bank, the title, everybody's involved. But as the realtor, our role is to pull it all together and make sure it's easy for you, right down to, the home inspector or how you pack. And if it ends up that if you're in New York or Michigan again, we could do that by Zoom, and we could certainly build relationships that way. But, the idea of doing internet banking or internet realtor, I don't think that makes sense.
Right. And it's really about, breaking down the details for them.
Yeah.
So it is not as stressful as it could possibly be. And we know that it can be one of the most stressful transactions that you participate in. So having the right realtor, having the right lender is going to be extremely important for them. Now, of course, we want to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to do those things. So we are going to take a quick break and for about 2 minutes. We have a lot more to talk about when we return. When we do return, we're going to talk a little bit about Brightline and the great way for you to create a flowcation for you.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
At Compass Pest Control, we focus on killing pests where they live and breed by terminating them outside your home or office before they can get in. Hi, I'm Chris Hudman, co-owner of Compass Pest Control. We prevent roaches, ants, and other pests from getting inside with a proactive approach. We don't stop there. We also offer lawn and plant health programs. And we'll never sell you something you don't need. At Compass Pest Control, our prices are competitive, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Get a free estimate. Visit compasspests.com.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Revive Vero Beach, located next to Anytime Fitness on Oslo Road and 27th Avenue, has everything you need to look and feel your best, including hormone replacement therapy, stem cell therapy, sexual wellness, weight loss, laser aesthetics, hair, tattoo, and skin spot removal, Botox and fillers, cryotherapy, comprehensive blood work, and everybody's favorite ozone and IV therapy. Refresh, renew, and revitalize yourself at Revive today. Call 772-492-6607. A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
iTex, or International Trade Exchange, is the largest barter company in the world with over 25,000 members offering goods and services. We're a marketing company that brings you new business in the way of trade, with over 200 local members enjoying the benefits of iTex, like lawyers, doctors, plumbers, media, printing, and more.
Hi, this is Liz Bowler. Contact me and find out why barter through iTex has been smarter for over 30 years. 772-532-1881. Visit itex.com.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Rebecca from the Bucket List Show. We are going to continue on. I am with my host, Tammy. So thank you for joining us. We do appreciate that. So today we're going to switch the conversation a little bit more, and we're going to talk about Brightline. So Tammy, tell us a little bit about Brightline and the advantage of that for our listeners and our watchers and for anyone who's maybe interested in that.
Yeah, Brightline really extends from West Palm Beach all the way down to Miami. It's a fantastic alternative to driving and parking when you're going on a cruise or you're taking a visit to Fort Lauderdale or Miami, and all of the exciting venues that they have to offer. They're ADA compliant, pet friendly. You can check your luggage for a small fee. They offer bike and carry-on storage as well. You can dine and drink on board. Okay. That's non-alcohol and alcohol. And you can simply park for a fee, ride, and then transfer to the port. But the best part of that whole ride is there's no traffic.
Okay, that is
You're
nice.
not having to fight the traffic.
95 or the turnpike. Right. So I know Brightline offers 2 services. Mm-hmm. What are they?
They actually offer 2 different levels of services. One is considered a smart level, and one is considered premium class level. And the smart class is just a comfortable business class option. If you haven't had an opportunity to participate in that yet, nice, large, comfortable seats. They have an array of food and beverages that you can purchase under the smart option. If you want to, bump it up to premium, and I'd strongly encourage you to consider that as an alternative. Make it part of that Flowcation day for yourself or Flowcation weekend that you're planning, where you have that first class experience. You've got some added amenities in the premium class that you don't get. Now, both of them include Wi-Fi. That's complimentary.
Okay. That's good.
They have multiple power and USB ports at each, station that you're sitting at. So if you've got some work you got to get done on the way down to Miami, or you're trying to stay in touch with family in between, you can do that there. You can sit 2 to 4 to a table. which is kind of cool. So it's kind of like a, like a seating format, like you would be eating together. So the premium class includes all of those things, but it includes some added amenities that the Smart class does not.
Okay.
And for me personally, that was so worth the extra monies that I paid. You get your snacks, you get your non-alcoholic drinks and or alcohol level drinks. You got a first class premium lounge. So while you're waiting for your train to arrive, to depart, you go spend time in the premium lounge. They've got bites and beverages within that space as well, alcohol and non-alcohol as well. And then, of course, those lounges include, some business services. So your iPads, a scanner and a printer with access to a conference room. All of those things are part of the stations that you go to. And then you also get to board first with a signature pre-boarding experience on Brightline.
So it's similar to flying, but we get to avoid the traffic of driving a car.
Well, let me just address that for just one moment. So unless you are riding in first class on an airplane where you have much, much broader space, I find Brightline to be a much more comfortable alternative to flying, quite honestly.
Okay.
And so just a much more comfortable seat to sit in. You're not, squished in with the person next to you as we are many times when we fly.
Okay. So Brightline, will avoid the traffic. They have a lot to offer. So that's where it's going to come into play that I want to stay vacation in Florida.
Yes, exactly.
So do you have an idea where they go, or is it like West Palm Beach to Fort Lauderdale?
Well, it actually goes from West Palm Beach is where it starts. And at least from where we're at on the Treasure Coast, which is the northernmost spot that they have our station. So you can plan the day, or if you want to plan a couple of days to spend in Fort Lauderdale or Miami, you could also park your car for a small fee, and they'll store the car there in the lot that they have at the station. You have the ability to check your baggage, when you get ready to ride that train. But, some examples of things that you might want to do, if you're going to Fort Lauderdale, you could go to the Museum of Discovery and Science, Broward Center for the Performing Arts. So if you're wanting to see something that's going on there specifically, the NSU Art Museum in Fort Lauderdale, or the Fat Village Art District on Las Olas Beach, spend a night in a hotel there, use a Lyft or an Uber to get back and forth from the station. It's a great way to do that. If you want to take that alternative and go to Miami, you could actually go to the historic Overtown there, which, includes, greats like Billie Holiday, Nat King Cole once played in those areas, as well as what they call the Freedom Tower, which is one of Miami's most iconic buildings, and also referred to as the Ellis Island of the South.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, catch a shared ride or a private ride, grab some Cuban food at a great, Little Havana there, and, go to the Design District. They have wonderful art museums there. So, when you ride Brightline, the possibilities really are endless. There are also family-friendly attractions.
Right.
So, don't forget those as well. The Miami Children's Museum, Fun Dimension, Frost Science Museum, so you can explore not just as a couple or friends going together, but you can even take your family with you.
Or a girls' day or a bucket list day.
Exactly.
So where is Brightline expanding to in the state? What's going to happen with that?
That's an exciting thing. Brightline is in the process of an expansion. At this point, it's going to be going so far as to do a service connection to Central Florida and expected to open in 2023. So we're looking for that. We can give you some details in regards to smart fares, what those fares are. If you want to reach out to us, we're glad to help you with that.
Okay. So what are the average pricing?
Average pricing, $10 a day. Can it be anywhere between $27 to $59?
Much easier, even paying gas and maintenance and tolls and
absolutely
the stress.
And then, like I said, if you're going to pay for parking, as part of that, then you could certainly pay $5 to park, for the day.
Easy. So
very easy to do. And, certainly if you want more information, we can, provide that to you, whether it's for Brightline or for our earlier topic.
Absolutely.
On the show. I'm Tammy Crandall with Journey Venture Travel and Tours in Barron. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at 772-579-9536. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. And Rebecca, how do we reach you?
I am Rebecca from Harmony Home, so real estate services, property management. You could locate me, call me at 203-482-7297. Thank you for supporting the show, and be kind, everybody.
And we look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely. Have a good day.